So besides Saquon, are you happy with the way the Giants free agency is going so far?
So far, I mean, the Saquon thing was a big blow, and it really took me about like a week or two to actually like fully accept it and get over it. I went through my 7 stages of grief with Saquon.
I saw that.
Finally in the acceptance stage. However, Ryan Burns, that addition, that happening that same day, a lot of Giants fans were kind of like, oh, we'll be fine. But I don't know if it was like a we'll be fine, like, or if it was like, nah, like we'll really be fine. For me, I was just kind of like, okay, Brian Burns is cool, but is he about to carry the ball 60 yards like off of a short pass? Because we know Saquon's also a patch catcher, like. But then once I started doing my research on Brian Burns, and I was like, oh, wait, we're about to have Brian Burns and Kayvon Thibodeau on the front. Okay. Now a little bit more confident. So I think that was an outstanding pickup but not by Howie, by Mara and Joe Shane.
Yeah, Brian Burns is a dog now. Like, I know a lot of teams were trying to get Brian Burns for a minute, like, in a trade. Wait, was he a free agent or y'all traded for him? Did y'all trade it?
Did we trade? I think he was a free agent.
Let me see. I think he was a free agent.
I don't know what we would have given up for him. Which was another big thing as to why the Saquon thing made me so mad was because
so y'all did trade, okay. But I don't see. I must have just traded a draft pick because it doesn't say like what player was given up. Oh, 2024 second and 2025 fifth round pick for Brian Burns.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, but Brian Burns, that's a huge move. Like, I know we were interested as fans in getting Brian Burns. So big addition on defense. As far as y'all's replacement for Saquon, Devin Singletary. I like Devin Singletary.
Yes. So I was actually looking at Devin Singletary's numbers. And he had 689 rushing yards from week 10 to 18 the last 2 seasons, which was second most in the NFL. And the contract that we gave Devin Singletary is a 3-year deal for $16.5 million. So for me, I'm looking at the numbers and I'm looking at the production and I'm like, this is a W. It is. And then plus, like, if I really wanted to, I could just put tape over the back of Saquon's jersey. They got the same number.
Oh, he got his number?
Singletary.
Right. That's funny. I love when people do that. That'd be so funny. I wanted to do that with my Carson Wentz and put A.J. Brown.
Yes. But the thing with Devin Singletary, he also has battled injuries in Houston. So I am a little bit concerned about that too. We still have Matt Breida, which, back then he used to be a really reliable second running back. Nowadays, last season he wasn't that great for us, but I'm still thinking that with Devin Singletary there, we'll still be able to run the offense the way we should. It's just about that guy Daniel Jones. That's the girl.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Girl, I'm not jealous there. But we're talking about us taking one of y'all players. Let's not forget, we took a big name, but y'all took 2 former Eagles. Jack Stoll, tight end.
Okay.
Fresh off the Eagles, so you're welcome. You don't see me all up in arms, burning down, breaking wine bottles, and doing all that because y'all took Jack Stoll.
But he's not gonna. We still, girl, Darren Waller. Who knows what he's really about?
Did he retire?
Girl, he don't know.
He rapping.
Girl, when I tell you, this team is just really comedy to me. Granted, like, he's been rapping since he was with the Raiders, so it's like we gotta respect that. That's what he wants to do. He's in New York City. He might want to collab with Favi now. Who knows? But at the end of the day, when I'm looking at my tight end and I'm seeing Travis Kelce, I'm seeing TJ Hawkinson, I'm seeing Dallas Goedert, and then I'm seeing Darren Waller over here rapping, it makes me so mad. It boils my blood. I'm not gonna lie to you. So, but we also have Daniel Bellinger, who was a phenomenal tight end last year until he hit that orbital fracture. So I'm hoping that DB will come back in there. He's a great pass blocker. He's just big, and he's fast, and he's smart too. So even if we don't see Darren Waller on the field, honestly, it might be best just to stick with DB too.
So Darren Waller, y'all signed him to multi-year. He wasn't a 1-year deal.
We need to double check that because I'm not sure.
Let me see.
I thought it was a multi-year deal, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. Well, it's saying it's still saying he's with the Giants. It doesn't say he's a free agent. So, he's trying to spend that Kelsey Plum money. Okay,
Girl.
Got married and now he feel like he don't gotta work.
Right. I'm gonna be in the WNBA championship next year. I don't need to do this.
Right, basketball husband.
Yes.
Okay.
So y'all lost Haason Reddick. So like, how do you feel about that? Because I feel like that was your guy.
So we had like an emotional, this has been a very emotional offseason for us too, because we had the return of CJ Gardner-Johnson, which was just like huge. Like CJ was like the engine, like the fire, the spark on our defense when we went on our Super Bowl run in 2023. So CJ Gardner-Johnson coming back just means like it's just huge. And then obviously we wanted to sign him last season. He didn't like the deal we had on the table, so he left. And then when he was coming back, he was like, there was not even a question of where I was going to go. Like it was Eagles or nothing. And that's him after going on to the NFC Championship with the Lions. So like him only having his mind locked in on the Eagles, like, y'all don't like us, other fan bases don't, but the players do, because he was breaking his neck to get back here. So that was one, like, that's going to be huge on the field, but like he was such a fan favorite. So that's just like a huge, like, emotional and, on the field move. But Haason, so Haason, we knew Haason was leaving because he was getting paid like $15 million a year, going into the third year of that contract. And obviously we know Haason is a top pass rusher, top 5, at least top 10 pass rusher. And he was getting paid like bottom pass rusher money. So of course he wanted to get a new deal done. Haason is 30. So he wanted around $25 million a year. 20 to $25 million a year. We paying a 30-year-old that much money is just, that's not a smart move.
He said he still got some left in the tank though. He said that was never the issue. No,
he does. Like, there's no denying, but like, if we sign you for 3 years, like you want a 3-year, $25 million extension, are you going to have something in the tank at 34, at 33? Like, we know next season and maybe the next season, but like, we know one thing we do well is we draft pass rushers well. We do well signing pass rushers too. Like when we got Haason, we got him for cheap that time because he was underrated. Like we do a really good job scouting pass rushers, whether in free agency or in the draft. We drafted Nolan Smith to replace Haason Reddick. We got Bryce Huff from the New York Jets, who had 10 sacks last season, and he's getting paid like half of what Haason Reddick wanted, and he's only 25 years old. So we got him on a 3-year deal, basically replacing Haason. And then we drafted Nolan Smith, knowing that this time was going to be coming with Haason. So it's kind of like a thing, like we knew this was coming. We made additions and we drafted players to replace him. Mm-hmm. It was just like when the time came, and he's somebody who's from Philly, like he's from the area. So it's just kind of like that hometown guy. He came home, big energy guy, great engine, great motor, always on. It's just the hardest part of like the fandom, where it's like, you want all these guys here, you want to pay everybody, but at the end of the day, you got to make business decisions. So we're going to miss Haason. Hopefully the production will be replaced seamlessly, hopefully. But I'm just so glad. You said what?
I'm at life, so
no. Absolutely not. I'm just glad he didn't go to the NFC. I'm glad he went to the AFC. So we don't we don't play the Jets. So if we see Haason, it'll be in the Super Bowl. But I'm just glad he didn't stay in the NFC. But yeah, Haason is the type of move. It's kind of like a relationship, you know, you love this, you got mad love for the person, but it's like our lifestyle doesn't match up. You know, our religions are so much different. You know, it's just like you want it to work, but we both know we're better off apart.
Better off apart. I hear that, girl. It's okay. It's okay. You know, I do have a theory though, because I see a lot of ex-Giants on the Eagles now.
Girl, who? Oh yeah, we got what's his name?
Bradbury. In particular, comes.
You can have him back.
See, that's the thing. What y'all didn't realize is that we planted James Bradbury over there to ruin the Super Bowl for y'all. And what's going to happen this year with Saquon is he is going to also ruin your chances of winning the Super Bowl. It's
So what about the two Eagles that you got? Because I only named one, but you went and got Jalen Mills, who is an Eagles legend. Let's not forget that. Y'all are so focused on us getting Saquon, but y'all are ignoring the fact that y'all took two Eagles this offseason. Two.
Yeah, but it's okay. I get what you're saying. But the damage has already been done from y'all's side. Like, there's just, I feel like between the last 3 years, like, I think it was it the 2022 season that I think it was where y'all ruined like the last game of the season. I think all we had to do was like beat y'all or something like that, and we could have gone to the playoffs or had a playoff like a wild card spot. And then it was like, y'all didn't really have to win that game. And
No. You rewriting history, sis. Because when we played y'all, you're talking about Jalen Hurts full season as a starter.
Yes.
I'm almost 1,000% sure that we had to beat y'all to get in. Because that year we split, right?
We split the series.
And y'all must have won the first one, and then we beat y'all on Christmas. The day after Christmas. Because I remember Nick Sirianni had COVID, and I was praying for a miracle. And I was like, when they said he cleared the test, I was like, it's a Christmas miracle.
So I might be mixing it up with the year before that. Because I remember this was like the last game of the season. It was the last game of the season. And I remember it was something where it came down to y'all didn't have to do too much and y'all did too much. And then also I'm holding on to the draft where y'all traded up to go get Devonta Smith. This is all stuff that is just continuing for me in my head. Like, they really want to smoke with us. So
no, y'all trying to create some narrative that's not there. It's called there. It's called there. Y'all should have won y'all game that y'all needed to win. It's called we both had 60 minutes to lay it all out in the trenches, and y'all did it, and we did.
Explain the draft then. Explain why trade, because we was going after Devonta Smith. That's who we wanted. We really was dead set on him, and then y'all literally traded up with the Cowboys. Like, y'all
we had to. We were desperate for a wide receiver. We were. And
now y'all got
desperate.
2 number 1 wide receivers.
See, and that's another reason why we couldn't pay Haason, because we had to extend Devonta Smith soon. Like, you know that money. The money get funny. But it sounds like y'all are living in you might be living in your own world. I'm not even gonna put this on all Giants fans. You sound like you living in this world where like we're beefing, Eagles fans beefing. Like I said, I'm sorry, but I be forgetting y'all in the division. And you had this whole narrative going on.
It's me and Eli. Me and Eli versus the entire Eagles fan base. Like, if I know anybody who can't stand the Eagles just as much as me, it is Eli Manning, baby.
That's crazy because I was supporting Eli in his Super Bowls. Okay, you know what? I should take that back.
I mean,
go back in the past.
Should have been flicking him off. So,
yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, little kids out here giving Eli Manning the double bird. Like,
we're the birds.
What are we teaching the youth over there?
Oh no, you're not talking. Them kids in New York mouthpiece be crazy.
No.
Mouth be crazy in New York.
No, you go to a Philly game, whether it's the Sixers or whether it's the Eagles, and you got literally 7-year-olds like cussing you out, telling you trash, telling the players that they're bums, like, and they're 7. Like, what's happening? Like, come on, y'all different over there.
So I'm sorry that you have this narrative brewing, that there's some like animosity or like we're like mentally torturing or playing mind games with you guys. We had to get Devontae Smith. We were extremely desperate. If y'all wanted Devontae Smith, y'all should have tried to make a move. Again, y'all could have made a move
and traded up one more spot with the Cowboys. I mean,
yeah, if you really wanted your man, we traded up one spot to get Jalen Carter.
I mean, that boy is a genius. I will say, like, every single draft, every single offseason, I do feel like Howie cooks. And that is just something that I'm just so envious, having Dave Gettleman as my
See, now we get to the bottom of it. You jealous.
I mean, what else could I possibly thank y'all for? Like,
so do you feel like it's the Eagles in Washington now at the top of the division? Because the Cowboys, they haven't making no moves.
I mean, nah. I still can't put the Commanders up there. Like, I feel like the Commanders are still trying to figure things out too. Like, but I do think that the Cowboys have more pieces and they have more of a chance of winning the division than us or the Commanders. I still do think that, like, I did say the other day that I think that you guys will be top contenders in the NFC, not just the NFC East. So with that being said, I'm definitely projecting either you or Dallas to win the division. But I'm definitely not putting the Commanders up there. Not yet.
Because the Commanders, they've been making hella moves.
They have, but I think that they just still have, I feel like they just have to piece it together.
Yeah.
Like, they have a lot of
and they still have to get quarterback right in that draft.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So they still got some key pieces to work on. I mean, I think as far as like our pick in the draft, that's definitely going to determine how confident we are in this season. You know, people are saying we might go out and get not a running back. We might go out and get a wide receiver. We might go out and get a quarterback. If the Giants do indeed draft a quarterback at that 6th spot, Daniel Jones better be shaken. He better be shaken in his boots, because we're already thinking about basically not having a great season and preparing for the season afterwards.
So what you want to do at number 6?
To be honest, it's really tough, because I feel like when we had this conversation a year ago, I was pretty high on Daniel Jones, which most Giants fans were, coming off an amazing season that he had. And when I say amazing, I just mean amazingly better than the year before, not necessarily amazing for Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson. Right. But it was just a breath of fresh air, and it was like a hope that, you know, I had sitting here a year ago. So now that we are a year later and I'm looking at what he's done as far as his production last year, and I feel like the Giants front office has a really tough decision to make. And so far, from what I've heard, they said that John Mara said that if Brian Daboll and Joe Schoen see a quarterback that they feel like can be the next franchise quarterback, then he's not going to stop them from drafting quarterback. So in my head, I'm looking at Brian Daboll, I'm looking at Joe Schoen, like, if you see the next Patty Mahomes, grab him up, just grab him up real quick. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, this season, if we want to call this season a wash, so that way we can prepare and not have another 8 years of misery, I'm down for that. So go ahead and draft a quarterback. Personally, I would love Jaden Daniels. Like, that would be ideal. You know, JJ McCarthy has been up there, but I'm not too high on him. So it really just depends on what they do as far as, like, if they do draft a quarterback.
Okay, so the draft is up next. Will you be out at the draft?
So I was definitely thinking about going. It's in Detroit this year. However, it also is about weather, because I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to be somewhere warm.
Right.
But I do plan on doing draft content. I will be asking, like, my coworkers again who the Giants should draft, because literally we were just in this position 2 years ago where we had the 6th pick. So once again, I'll be going through, seeing what everyone thinks that we should grab. And usually people, like a few people did hit it right on the head. They're like, get Kayvon Thibodeau, then get Evan Neal. And that's exactly what we did. So I will be creating some content for that. Just maybe not in Detroit.
Okay.
Are you going?
Yes. So it's like a 90% chance because I want to experience the draft at least once. Because the draft just seems so much fun. And I want to see kind of like how it works. Like, you know how they have the big crowd of people? Like how I just want to see how it works. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I might as well just go this year. And yeah, I love draft content. Like I definitely want to do like fan interviews and like talk to the fans. So that's basically like my main objective, but then also just going out there and having fun, like doing the fan interaction stuff, just try to make it a little fun trip, you know?
I feel like you just want to go so you could boo Roger Goodell.
No, I'm good with Goodell because he got the tush push. Goodell was like, I'm not worried about the tush push. You know, they doing it good.
To be honest, I don't even know why they was really trying to ban it. Like, if you just do it yourself, just figure out a way that y'all can do it too. But the problem is no one has been able to perfect it the way y'all have. But now y'all don't got Jason Kelce. So it's like, are y'all really going to be that mad again this year? Because I don't know if it's going to still be as successful, sis.
It will, because y'all just want to find something to try to tear us down. You are looking for something to be off. Okay. We've had Jason Kelce's replacement for 2 years now. Okay. So I guarantee you, Jason Kelce scouted him, picked him for us. I guarantee you he's been practicing Cam Jurgens.
Okay.
Push. Okay. So we're going to be fine. I know you're praying on our downfall. I know you're praying, lighting candles and sticking pins in your little Saquon doll.
Okay. The real question is, who's going to have more touchdowns, rushing touchdowns this season, Saquon or Jalen Hurts?
I saw a post. It was like, it was basically like Saquon being pissed when like Jalen Hurts takes another touchdown away from him. But that's the reason why we needed Saquon, because we needed like a strong power back at the goal line in the red zone. Like DeAndre Swift wasn't that guy. Kenny Gainwell wasn't that guy. So that's why we needed somebody like Saquon that could be a red zone threat. That's big and strong, and we don't have to rely on Jalen Hurts in the red zone. So the only reason why Jalen Hurts was getting all them touchdowns and sniping all them touchdowns from DeAndre Swift is just because he wasn't a power back that can boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So again, don't worry about that either. Okay. I know y'all like, oh, they lost Haason.
I was like, Saquon, he's gonna have a ball over there. Watch. After that fourth touchdown gets swiped, he gonna be like, Jalen.
Did you see them working out together? They already was working out.
I don't need to see that video.
Because you like Jalen Hurts.
No, I don't need to see it. It's not gonna cause nothing. It's not gonna cause nothing but pain. I don't need to see it.